Okay, I don't want to alarm anybody, but I'm afraid I'm probably about to. It's 1:40 p.m. and that is the value of bad mirror boy, 140. I know 140 is not 140, but it symbolizes 140. And bad mirror boy equals 140. I just had to start off by telling you that. And I'm looking at the steamboat geyser with great suspicion because I made a prediction that it was going to erupt today at 3:21 hours and 25 minutes, which is, no, not 25 minutes. Bear with me. I need to organize my thoughts on this. And I also need to take a photo of what's on the screen because it's very, very important. So this is with my phone. I'm just going click. There, I got it. Not what was on there, but what is on there now. 57. See? 32157 is the current time, you know what I mean? Time. Yeah, well, it's the time since the last eruption. And the actual time, well, you're not going to see it there. That's a calculation I did. Well, the time is 1:42 if you must know. And there's the current situation with weather. Unless I need to update it. Which I might. Which I have. Weather. See, 148. Like I said, I don't want to alarm anybody. But 148 is the value of the Dark Tower. And it's 14.8 degrees in Canberra. And 13 is an unlucky number, as we all know. 13. Unlucky. 13 kilometre per hour winds. Unless it's Friday and then it becomes lucky for some weird reason that nobody really understands. So, see how it went to a different screen? That was weird. It does that sometimes. It's naughty sometimes. I need to photograph this as well. I'll tell you why in a second. It's top secret. But I'm going to tell you anyway. John Jacob Chambers is the boy from the Dark Tower. His name, 143. See, that's the value of his full name. 143. I reckon I can't talk too much in this video, or I'm going to lose my voice. I'm feeling early warning signs. 143. So this is synchronicity in action. The Dark Tower and John Jake Chambers equals 143. That is the time. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of July, 2019. That's all the photos I have to do. You'll be happy to know. I'm going to close this because it's really weird when it opens on another screen. Do you agree? So 3, 2, 1, dragon. Dragon equals 59. It's the 3, 2, 1 dragon. Hey, since it's the last minute before the change of the time, the change of the 59 tour, you know what it's going to go to, don't you? It's going to go to a big fat duck egg. This is going to turn into a big fat duck head. Duck head? No, a duck egg in a second. Pretty soon. So, there is something going on with Steamboat Geyser. I'm yet to figure out what it is. But I'm getting onto it bit by bit by bit by bit. It's got a lot to do with Jatan. And he's gone to Wyoming on holidays. And ever since he's been there, mysterious, weird and disquieting things have been happening in Wyoming with Steamboat Geyser. And he's been telling me it's because of him. And if it was anyone else, I'd laugh it off. I'd be like, yeah, right. You're so full of it. Which he is. Don't get me wrong. But because it's him, and I know he does have some sort of weird telepathic psychic ability. I never admit this to him, but I know he does. So let me adjust the camera so you can see exactly what's going on here. Because this is like I said, top secret. But I can't keep it any longer. I can't keep the secret any longer. It's just too much of a secret to keep, you know. Western Park, that's in Canberra. Western Park has a value of 142, and 17 is the age Jatan is turning. Now you can rearrange the letters of Western Park into Tower Spank. Tower Spank. Yeah, Spank. Like Spank. Mount Papandayan equals 126. 126. And Mount Puntang equals 126. And they are the twin peaks of a volcano in West Java, Indonesia. Jatan, his name equals 46. That's the value of his name. 46. It has the same value. His name has the same value as Demas, his brother. And the word vain, V-A-I-N, equals 46. Like you add up those letters according to their place in the alphabet, and that's what they equal. So it would have been a duck egg, but we missed it. It's now 3 days, 22 hours and 2 minutes since Steamboat Giza erupted, and it's not looking like my prediction came true. Not looking like it, because there's no report here of an eruption. This would go to 0, 0, 0, big fat duck egg, like a real duck egg. The whole thing would be a 0 if the prediction was true. That wouldn't actually happen, because it would say, oh, it went off 20 minutes ago. 13 and 13. 2 13s. Imagine 13-year-old twins. How unlucky would you be if you had 13-year-old twins? Can you even imagine? One would be enough. It's 13 minutes, you see, since Old Faithful Giza erupted. Now, Steamboat Giza, like I said, there's something going on with this one. Something weird. Unnatural. Unnatural, yeah. Unnatural. Maybe too natural. 224, that's a very special number, actually. And the last eruption of Steamboat Giza was on the 28th of June. Not the 29th. Not when I predicted it. It came a day early. But the weird thing is, it was reported by William. William, a name that means warrior. He reported this eruption. I almost felt like I could have predicted it when I saw the time, the date, the time, and the interval. Because I've made predictions for 58 minutes past the hour. It wasn't 58 minutes past the hour, it was 44. 58 was in the interval, you see. It's the value of the word steam, 58. And the next time it goes off, it's going to be eruption number 58. Since all these eruptions began, there have been 57 eruptions, which is the value of daffodil. Daffodil. 149. What's going on with our weather? No real changes there. We've got 224, a very important number. 126, the value of Mount Papandayan. Does it need an update? Maybe it needs an update. Probably not. No, it's all up to date. It's all good. So, Steamboat Giza, the weird thing with this, well, there's so many weird things I don't know where to begin. Even this 220 is suspicious. 19th of June is the keystone date in The Dark Tower by Stephen King. Yeah, that's why I went with Saturday the 29th. It put Saturday in my head, you see. Saturday was the 29th. The last eruption there was on Friday. Jatan was born on a Friday. Man equals 28. He is a young man. He is a young man. Hey, the 12th, that's a suspicious looking date, because the 12-year-old twins in Red Rain by R.L. Stein, they are identical twins. the same as Jatan and Demas, identical twins. So, a very suspicious looking date. But not as suspicious as this one. And then it gets weirder when you start looking at the reports. There's a bookstore, you see. Jake Chambers in the Dark Tower. He goes to the bookstore. By the way, Holy Spirit is 151. Angelic is 51. And Demon is 51. So, Jake goes to a bookstore in the Dark Tower. And it was Jake Chambers who I got a feeling for Jake from him. Another Jake. A different Jake. Where the J for Jatan comes from. Because Jatan rocked up at my place without a name. And I had to give him a name. And he was very devilish. So I almost called him Satan. But I put a J at the start instead. And called him Jatan. Severe thunderstorm, you see. I called Jake the Storm Boy. Not Jatan, but Jake. A different Jake. Not the Jake in the Dark Tower. But a different Jake. I called him the Storm Boy. And his name has a value of 164. The Jake that I'm talking about has a name with a value of 164. 1640, there was an eruption then. That's the one we're looking at. The thunderstorm eruption. And then there was the woohoo eruption, as I call it, the woohoo eruption. And the oh my god moment, 1248 it was. Tall, sustained, concerted minors. It sounds like an orchestra. And devil equals 52. I see the hand of Jatan here. Devil, you see. That's actually the time of the eruption, 1252. And this one, well, unbelievably, another eruption that happened during a thunderstorm. Almost like the Steamboat Geyser is connecting to the Storm Boys. Nathan and Jake. And it's the Storm Boys that I got Jatan's name from. I combined Nathan with Jake because I couldn't think of a name. So I thought, well, I know Nathan and Jake, so I'll go with Jatan. It's like in the middle. And then I realized it was close to Satan. That's actually how it happened. I didn't really almost call him Satan. Even though he does behave that way. It's very weird. He's over there, in Wyoming, sunbathing, skinny dipping, doing all the stuff that Jatan likes to do. He's very narcissistic. And he's a bad boy. He likes to tan. He likes to have a full body tan. And so he suntans every day. And he's very, I don't know, lustful, I guess you'd say. Lustful. Like Satan. Satan equals 55. Lustful equals 111. And I was just going to let him go, like, let him do what he wanted to do, You're only young once and all that. God is 26. But then I was listening to Israel Folau, his wisdom. And he's just one of many, many, many people in the world who post things like, these bad boys need to repent or they're going to burn in hell for eternity. And Jatan's name, like his real name, he does have a real name, but he doesn't call himself by his real name, has a value of 117. So I did a calculation here based off 117, and the time I landed on was 9:07 p.m. Wednesday, 3rd of July, 2019. So that's, what did I do? I started at the actual, no, so this is not the time of the last eruption. Is it? Yes, it is actually, because it's PM. So the last eruption of Steamboat Geyser, as we were just looking at it just then, was at 23:44, 28th of June 2019, you see. The next one's going to be number 58. I thought, well, there's a clue there. The next one's number 58, and I thought maybe there's another clue in this. So I thought maybe it's the cane. See, cane equals 23. And that would be my hope for Jatan, that he gets the cane. Because if he gets the cane, he might behave himself for 5 minutes. And it might save his soul, because it would be like repenting if he was to get the cane. So that's what I'm thinking it's about. Man is 28. Well, he is a young man now. 23, yeah, cane, see, it's here too. It was the 23rd, and then it was the 23rd hour. And Jatan is 46. So the cane for Jatan, that's what I'm thinking it is. The cane for Jatan. God, 26. God knows Jatan needs the cane. That's what it's saying. God knows that Jatan needs the cane. So the cane for the teen, who is out of control, Jatan. The teen man, 28 is man, teen is 44. And penance equals 58. He needs to do his penance, you see. This is the wisdom of Israel Folau. And Israel Folau, footballer, a lot of footballers are very vain, you know, just like Jatan. And, you know, they love themselves just a bit too much, you know. And that's something you could probably go to hell for, loving yourself too much. Burn for all eternity. So imagine the discomfort of burning for all eternity. 6 times 3 is 18. God is 26. Love is 54. Skin is 53. Well, Jatan loves his skin, definitely. And angel is 39. Evil is 48. Well, yes, he is an evil angel, if he's an angel at all. He's an evil one, definitely. Or evil might be a bit harsh. We could say rude. The is 33. Rude, 48. The rude angel. The rude angel needs to love, 54, God. He needs to love God. Prediction is 113. So the word prediction equals 113. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, I could go on and on. But pain is 40. This is where I started to realize it's a message from, you know, the angels. For the demon that is Jatan needs to repent. The angel, because he's an evil, the evil angel is a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. And God thinks Jatan, 46, needs the cane, 23. Man, oh does he, need the cane. He's a bad teen. Teen is 44. Penance is 58. And steam is 58. The next eruption will be number 58 of the current active phase. You might think I'm reading too much into it, but check this out. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Hot is 43. Bad is 7. Brat is 41. Satan is 55. And then he jumps up here. Satan's up here too, because he's a twin. You see, he's a twin pain in the butt. Pain is 40. He needs a pain in the butt. That's what he needs, you see, to save his soul. Sexy, he's very sexy. Sexy Satan. Sexy is 73. Satan 55. And John Jake Chambers, I already told you, equals 143. Bulb is 37, like a daffodil bulb. That's Jatan. He's a daffodil boy. Hot is 43. He knows he's hot. The bad boy is 82. The bad boy. Young, he's young. And sexual is 82. He's very sexual. Too sexual. I don't know what to do about it, really. Not much I can do, other than pray. Pray that good angels come and, I don't know, spank him. I feel uncomfortable spanking Jatan because he seems to enjoy it. God is 26, man is 28. God, man. And 16 is actually Jatan's age. So he's too old for being spanked. And then he's too young for being spanked. 112 kinky boy is 112. eruption is 118. That's what I feared was going to happen last time. Last time I spanked him, I got quite distressed actually, because he seemed to enjoy it just a bit too much. He showed disturbing symptoms of enjoying it. Let's just say that. 146 is the value of... What is it the value of? 146. Brat Lorenzo. Now Jatan has some weird ideas in his head. One of them is that he has demons in his butt. And he believes his butt cheeks are the twin peaks of a volcano in Indonesia. Mount Papandayan 126. I think this needs updating. I don't think this has changed since we were here before. But anyway, Mount Papandayan 126, let's update it. This can't be true. This temperature can't be that stable. I think it's broken. It's probably a good thing, really. It means I can't obsess over it. So we'll go to the radar instead, and I can obsess over this instead of that. It looks like it's raining near Sydney. So if my latest calculation, my latest theory is true, you know what it means, right? It's raining in Newcastle. Just in Newcastle. Nowhere else in Australia. Just in Newcastle. It's the only place in Australia where it's raining. See? If you're in Newcastle, it's raining. If you're anywhere else, it's not. How weird. I mean, seriously. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. This is... Newcastle's now out of the picture. But if I go north to Newcastle, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now we can zoom in. The reason I came here, I guess, not that I planned to, Williamtown, you see? Williamtown. William means warrior. And Jatan believes he's a warrior of some kind, and he has demons in his ass. Which is quite a weird thing to believe. And his psychiatrists are quite disturbed about it all. So am I. But I pretend not to be. But his delusions are getting bigger and grander. Bigger and grander with every passing day. Brat Lorenzo. He calls the demon in his left butt cheek, I think, Lorenzo. And the one in his right butt cheek is Jasper. Jasper and Lorenzo. And then I realized these are the names of future hurricanes or cyclones. And he says they're going to be bad ones. And they're going to be destructive vandals. Jasper's going to be in Australian waters. So Jasper's going to be a cyclone that vandalizes Australian territories. But not in the immediate future. It's quite some time away. Probably 3 years away. Like, you can look up cyclones on here. I don't know how to get there though. So let's not do that. But, like, I don't know how to get to the page. But we could try. I know how to go look at ENSO, El Nino and all that. But to get to, I know how to go to space weather. But tropical stuff, I don't quite know how to navigate there from here. What I do know how to do though, is this. I know how to Google. This is another way to do it. So you just go on here and you go, Queen Bee Anne. Who would be Googling Queen Bee Anne? Well, Anne was the last cyclone in Australian waters. And if Anne is a queen bee, then she could sting. That was my thinking. And then I found out Queen Bee Anne was a racehorse. Born on November 6 in, I don't know, a while ago. So, but November 6. See, Jatan was born on the 6th as well. Scott Morrison looks kind of scary there. Dark. I guess what I was going to look up is something like, I have completely forgotten why I came here. Totally forgotten. Papandayan. Oh, tropical cyclone, that's it. Well, I wasn't going to look at this, but let's look at Lily. Oh, we better keep an eye on Steamboat Geyser too, because it could erupt. 32221. 322 looks like the prophecy is not true, which is not surprising, because Jatan's a prankster. and he thinks it's funny to prank. See, like I said, his name is 117. That's the value of his real name. And 123 is Narcissus. Jacob is 31. What is it? That is a little weird. I think I need to take a photo of this. Send it to the psychic police. Because I'm starting to wonder about Jatan. He says all these things, and then weird things happen. Not what he says, but weird things that are similar to what he said. Like what he says is ridiculous. But then weird things happen that are kind of like in parallel. Do you know what I mean? Not what he says, but something similar. So I'm starting to think he really is like a child of Lucifer. Just because he's such a devilish prankster, as much as anything. And I don't use that word lightly. Devilish, I mean. So 32222, like all those twos, look suspicious to me. And Angel is 39. If I ever spank Jatan again, I think I'm going to use a stock whip. Stock whip is 124. And then see if he enjoys it then. See if he likes it then. I think the answer would be no. I'm hoping the answer is no. Because if that doesn't stop him in his tracks, then I'm going to get scared. Really scared. Because it means, you know what it means. I don't have to go into, the obvious, do I? So, the 28th of June, 2019. 23rd, it means he's a fire angel. What would I do then? 11723. So that's what I'm thinking when I woke up this morning. It's 117, the value of Jatan's real name. And Cain. He needs the Cain. The Cain. For Jatan, but that's not the value of Jatan. It's the value of his real name. So that's the time of the last eruption. 28th of June. That's the date. And the time was 11:44 at night. 11:44 at night. On the 28th of June, Friday. Jatan was born on a Friday. He is a man. He's a young man. He's a teen. Teen is 44. And Hope is 44. My hope for Jatan is that a fire angel gives him the Cain. I think that's what I would hope for Jatan right now. And then we'll find out. Is he a demon or is he an angel? His brother said something I didn't need to hear, and that is he could be an angelic demon. I said, what? Angelic demon? And he said, yes. There is such a thing. And I was like, you're kidding me. Well, that would make it very hard to know, wouldn't it, what he is? He said, yeah, of course. And I'm like, oh my God. What am I to do? So he thinks he's got this idea that this volcano, Mount Papandayan, which is in, I should stay on the other page for a bit. It's in Indonesia. I mean, I should just see what pops up on the first page. Not much, really. So let's go into it. Mount Papandayan, because it's twins. He thinks the twin peaks of the volcano are his butt cheeks. I said, oh, you mean they symbolize your butt cheeks? And he's like, no. They are my butt cheeks. He said, I'm a very powerful dragon. And I'm like, you're not a dragon. And he says, do you want to bet? He says, I'm Puff the Magic Dragon. I said, Puff the Magic Dragon? That is a hotel. I didn't mean to go there. There is a volcano somewhere. Mount Papandayan. Here we go. This is what I meant. Mount Papandayan. No, Jatan does not think he's a motel. He thinks he's a volcano. No, he thinks his ass cheeks are the twin peaks of a volcano because they're so hot. And I thought he was just cracking a joke. And then he's like, no, I'm serious. I am Puff the Magic Dragon. And this is a volcano that puffs steam constantly because its twins are so hot, like mine. And I just looked at him and said, you're kidding me. Then I checked it out and I saw the elevation is 666 and I'm like, oh my goodness. This could just be my worst nightmare. See, Jatan was born in 2002, at least that's what I believe. And he's turning 18 in 2020. And disturbingly, I noticed 2002 is reflected in 2020. And 3 sixes are 18. Jatan's turning 18 on a Sunday in 2020. The 6th of the 9th, actually, is a Sunday. It's 2/11. Wednesday the 3rd of July, not June. And it's 2/11. 2/11's a 22. And 22 is the most powerful number in numerology. The most powerful. There is no more powerful number than the number 22. Apparently. Now, fortunately, Jatan wasn't born on the 22nd. He was born on the 6th, proving he's a devil boy. And his brother was born on the 7th, because Demas popped out just after, on the stroke of midnight. So if we go to the 6th of September, the 6th of the 9th, yeah, he's a 69 boy, as you'd expect. It's a Friday. Oh, that's why I can't find it. I'm on Saturday. Friday, the 6th, right? Of September. So his birthday is on a Friday this year, and he was born on a Friday. Now, my name, I can't tell you my name, because I'm like a highly protected person. My full name has a value of 212. 212. And you can rearrange all the letters in my name into something very spooky. But I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it'll spook you too much. But it's almost as spooky as these twin peaks of this volcano being Jatan's butt cheeks. I mean, that is a pretty scary idea. And he tells me he's been banned from the Elfin Forest. He's not allowed to go there. He said the Archangel banned him. He said he doesn't take any notice of the normal angels. He says he can deal with them, he can hypnotize them with his beauty, and they just stand there useless. But the powerful angel came and told him he's banned, and that if he goes back there, he's going to get disciplined severely. Because he said the little, I don't know, pygmies, fairies, nymphs, whatever they are, that do their magic work in this place, they are very disturbed by Jatan's presence there. They call him the big bad, lustful lizard boy, and they don't like him being there. So he's been banned, and he says, but I'm going to go back. And I said, but aren't you going to get punished? And he said, only if they catch me. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I dealing with? The more I looked at this, the more I saw everything is twins. Alun, alun. Twins. So the Twin Peaks, and then even the crater, has a double barrel name. Alun, alun. Now this is going to sound strange to you, but Jatan has Welsh blood in him, as well as a whole heap of other stuff. He's got a bit of Welsh, and that has led him to think he's a boy of the daffodils and a boy of the dragon. So 1.1, that alludes to twins. There's a heap of stuff here that alludes to twins. Friday, September 2, you see, alluding to twins. 2 kilometers, alluding to twins. 2011, twins. So this is the last time there was a disturbance. I don't think you can see what I'm reading because I've zoomed in too much. But if I come out of it, you will. Maybe you could see it, maybe you couldn't. 2, there's the 2, there's the 11. There's the 2 kilometers. You know what I mean? I don't think you could see it before. But anyway, that's fine. Doesn't matter. It's twin, 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 twins. Everything's twins. And then there's 666. So Jatan's like, there's a 2 before the 666. Twins, you see. The twin devil boys. Oh, I've zoomed in too much again. You can't see what I'm reading. 2 before the 666. The twin devil boys, you see. Twins of 666. That's how Jatan sees it. And now I'm starting to see it that way. It's like he's got inside my head because he is the devil's son. He's a brat. Brat is 41. And I thought that was the key to the prophecy. of the mirror boy. Mirror boy is 133. Jacob, 31. Evil is 48. He's very evil. If lust is evil, he's exceptionally evil. And hot. He's exceptionally hot and evil. And he's the biggest brat you ever saw. 41 is brat. And he's the devil. Devil is 52. Nice is 31. He thinks he's very nice. He thinks he's the nicest boy that ever blessed the face of the planet. And 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. Which he's very proud of knowing this fact. And he makes a big deal of it all the time. 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. He says yes, and I'm 16 and so is Demas. We are the 16-year-old twins. 216, you see. And I'm like, I know about it, don't worry. That's why I sent him to Wyoming. Well, I didn't send him, I let him go. I guess there's a difference. He won a holiday in a club that he shouldn't have even been at. So teen boy is 42. Teen is 44, boy is 42. A weird thing about the name Alun, the name of the volcano crater, a weird thing indeed. It's 217. Jake's birthday is the 17th of the 2nd. He was also born on a Friday, as was Nathan. Well, Indonesia, it means, something along the lines of a meeting place. It's like the town, place, blah, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it means in Javanese, really. But something weird. I'll show you something weird. Let's go back. It'll come up with various options. Alun, name meaning. It's a boy's name of Welsh origin. I already told you, Jatan is part Welsh. He's also part Italian, part Spanish, part English, and I swear he's got Latino connections. But that could be just Lorenzo, the demon in his butt. And you might say, don't tell me you believe him. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't, except, oh, don't worry. Welsh. See, the daffodil is the floral emblem of Wales. And there's a red dragon on their flag. And Alun in Welsh, well, it has something to do with this, which I have no idea what that is. But when I look down, I mean, you've got a little reference to Harry Potter sorting name game and things like that, but you've also got somewhere, I swear, maybe it's not here anymore. It's a Welsh name that means, it's a name of Welsh, it's a Celtic name, uncertain etymology. What else can I say about it? Nothing, because the thing I'm looking for is not here anymore. Maybe it disappeared. Maybe it just vanished. Yeah, it has vanished. Oh, here we go. No? Yes? No? Alan. It's associated with Alan. Its meaning, though, alright, we might have to go elsewhere. We might have to go look elsewhere. We will. Fine. Screw you, Bing. We're going to Google. 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 Name. Alun. A-L-U-N. So it's almost Alan. It's just a U instead of an A when you think about it. Alun. Name. But there's a big difference between an A and a U. Alun name meaning. Google might have some more information. Originally a saint's name. The name Alun is a Celtic baby name. Meaning of Alun is harmony, stone, noble, also fair, handsome. Okay, that's the word I was looking for, handsome. Because that's what Jatan latched onto. Handsome. So he reckoned that confirmed, for sure, beyond all doubt, that it's his volcano, and the Twin Peaks are indeed his butt cheeks. And he said, a reflection of my butt cheeks, a reflection of my year of birth. It's going to erupt violently, he says, in 2020. Violently. So yeah, it was probably somewhere in here. It used to pop up somewhere here saying it means handsome. Now it's in this. So that's, as long as it's somewhere, it's all good. We found it. Tropical cyclone is 171. And I guess I should tell you about Samuel. Twin Samuel is 137. Samuel Delaney is 137. Now he's the boy from, well, there's a story here that I'm not going to go right into, but Samuel is one of the twins in Red Rain by R.L. Stein. Identical twins, Samuel and Daniel. Aged 12. Well, Jatan was aged 12 once, and I'd like to say he was easy to manage when he was 12. Actually, he wasn't. I would be lying if I said that. 222. He was worse, even worse then, actually. And now he's like, because now at least I could let him go to Wyoming. It's a lot easier to manage someone who's not in the same country that you're in, if you know what I mean. So 2:22 p.m. Wednesday, July 3, 2019. That is the current time. This is the time, this is the place. Has Steamboat erupted? No, it has not. 3 days, 22 hours, 38 minutes. Fire is 38. Fire is the devil's only friend. The devil is a dragon. Dragon is 59. 11:24. Nathan was born on the 24th of the 11th. Bad Mirror Boy is 140. Satan is 55. All of that put together, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Evil is 48. Evil. Snake is 50. Satan. Evil Snake, Satan. Bad Mirror Boy. Whoa. Man. It's describing Jatan to a T. Completely. Fully. All the way. Jatan all the way. Wow. Well, what can I say? You just saw the proof of who he is. What he is. The devil's son. With the devil's butt cheeks. No wonder he's so lustful and narcissistic and bratty and spoiled and, well, no, don't blame me for him being spoiled, okay? Because I'm not really his dad. I just was the one person that would accept him and his brother after they got abandoned by their parents. I brought them home from after school care just for one night. And then it turned into like 6 years of hell. So that's what happened. I can understand why their parents, step-parents, foster parents, whatever they were, got rid of them, didn't want them, refused to pick them up, abandoned them. I can see why. Driven me insane. So we closed this, we've seen that. I get confused if there's too many windows open all at once. 224 is a very powerful number, I think I told you that. 132 is the value of Sean Myrtle. Now he's a bad boy too. He's a friend of Jatan's. Sean Myrtle is a brat. But not as bratty as Jatan, but bratty. Stormboy is 127. Stormboy. That's Jake. But it's also Nathan, I found out. Nathan was quite peed off when I found out, when he realised I was only calling Jake the Stormboy. He said, what about me? I'm a Stormboy. 127, 172, reflecting, see? Yes, that's what it does. It reflects because they are Stormboys. Canberra is 15. Not a bad temperature for this time of year, really. Better than it has been. And then we've got triplets of 16. Don't tell me they're triplets, man. Don't tell me they've got a brother. Saturday the 6th of July. The devil's number, 6. 6, 7. Welsh is 67. Saturday and Sunday, the 6th and the 7th. 16, 16, 16. What are 3 16s? 48. The value of a lun is 48. I guess they are triplets in a way, because Jatan and Demas have both told me they've got a triplet. See, they are twins. 5, 16, 5, 16. 5 is Nathan's life path number. 3 stands for triplets, you see. So the third triplet, who is he? Oh, well, he's the boy that Jatan sends secret messages to through my videos. Secret messages. He says, you're our identical triplet. You're the third person of God. He jokes. But then maybe he's not joking, because he thinks he's a god of the daffodils and volcanoes and other things. So, storms. Where he's got the spirit of a bad storm boy in his butt, he believes. Lorenzo. Steamboat Geezer is 175. Steamboat Geezer. Storm boy 127 is Storm boy. And Steamboat Geezer is 175. What else equals 175? Hurricane Florence equals 175. Remember her? She was a very wet storm and deadly. Retired. That name will never be used again. And Jatan says, and Lorenzo will never be used again after this year. Lorenzo is going to be a shocker, because he's evil. He said, you think I'm evil? You should see Lorenzo. He's truly evil. And he's evil beyond your wildest imaginings. And he said, you think Michael was bad? Michael's an archangel. So Michael was just a warning for Lorenzo, really. So 175, Steamboat Geezer, Hurricane Florence, she was also a warning for Lorenzo, actually, because she came around Jatan's birthday. September is Jatan's birthday, remember? September 6, actually. I think Florence did something weird on the 5th of September or around there. Unexpected rapid intensification. A warning for Hurricane Lorenzo. That's what Jatan says. It's a warning for the bad boy. The really evil boy. The boy who actually does need the stock whip. Because he's so evil. 175. Yeah, that's also Volcano Papandian. Or the bad boy Papandian. 175. The butt cheeks of Jatan. He said, you could punish Lorenzo in my butt cheeks. And I'm like, what? You want me to whip you? And he's like, well, how else are you going to do it? I just walked away. I didn't know what to say. What can you say to that? Not a lot, really. So here we are. I haven't even showed you the time. I have on here. 2:29. I haven't on here though. I've showed you this calculation I've done. The result, what is the result? You see, the result is kind of interesting of this, because this is what was in my head this morning when I woke up. 117 is the value of Jatan's name. His real name, which he doesn't use, because he says, I can't go by my real name because my real parents might find me. 1144. If you add all that together, you get Satan. 11 and 44. Bed is 11. Bed. And teen is 44. Well, that's Jatan. He's a bed teen. He stays in bed till midday. And he spends all the time in bed doing things he shouldn't be doing in bed. And 117 is his real name, but he doesn't like anyone to know this. And Cain, well, that's what he needs. Even he seems to think so. He needs the Cain. So, because he's connected to a hurricane, a deadly hurricane spirit, Lorenzo. Hurricane is 97, you see. So he's beautiful, which is Jatan. He's beautiful. 97. He knows he's beautiful. That's the whole problem. And he worships himself. And 97 is also delicious. Jatan also thinks he's delicious as well as beautiful. But the hurricane is violent, he said. Violent and nasty, and violent also equals 97. So that's Lorenzo. So just remember this. 4 days, 21 hours, 23 minutes. If that ends up being here at the end of all this, then you know we're in big trouble. 3 days, 22 hours, 46. Jatan equals 46. It's the value of his name. He needs the whip. Whip is 56. Penance is 58. He needs the whip penance. That's what he says. I know he says it because he sends emails to his friends. And he accidentally sent them to me. He said there's a demon, a powerful bad demon in my butt. And if it's not whipped, it's going to take over the world. And it's going to destroy everything. So it has to be whipped severely. And I'm like reading his emails going, you're kidding me. No wonder I've been having so many problems with this boy. And it's like, I don't know how he knows, but he knows. He just knows. I think he has a friend in Brisbane. I think that's where Sean Myrtle might live, actually. Kane, 4 4 is a 16. Kane is 23. Brisbane likes being around that temperature, I guess, at this time of year. A bit better than Canberra. So what else can we say about this situation? Is it still raining in Newcastle? Don't really care. It's like, let's go open a document. Now this is not Jatan, don't get me wrong. I'm not just going to show you his photo. This is just a photo of a boy that I got off Google, who looks like Jatan. Quite a lot like Jatan, actually. So much so that I did briefly think it was him, but mainly because, I don't know why, mainly because of his attitude. Nah, not just his attitude. Jatan does have a tendency to dye his hair green too, which is unusual, I suppose. Man is 28. Brat, he is good. Dream, clue, key. You know what I was gonna do? You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna show you Steenberg Geezer on Wikipedia. Why? Well, just so you know something. Jatan also says when he gets excited, he can blow steam out his nostrils. He says when steamboat erupts, you know I'm excited. And you know I've been excited a lot lately because you've seen how much it's been erupting. So I went on